Okay, this is a new project. This is a 1968 Ford Mustang convertible C-code car. It's not a deluxe. And I got it out of Pennsylvania, just past Harrisonburg. And this car is pretty rough shape. It needed a lot of work. I have already installed all new aprons, both battery apron, the rear passenger side apron, the front or the driver's side apron, the front driver's side apron, the radiator support, new front rails for mounting the bumper. They were all rusted out. New torque boxes on both sides. Even the front firewall pan was bad on both sides. Had to weld patches in. Both cowls were bad. The doors are in relative good shape. They're actually original doors. They only had a few little rust spots on them, which is shocking. The floor pans, as you can see, the firewall pan, floor pans have been replaced. The both arm or frame rail extensions, they go back to the convertible bottom reinforcement pans have been replaced. The reinforcement pan on the passenger side, I had to splice it in. It was rusted out. Both inner frame rails have been replaced, and I still got to install the floor pans. Now I'm not going to put all full floor pans in. As you can see, I'm going to try to save as much as the existing floor pans as I can. This car was originally candy apple red, and you can actually still see the Ford primer. As I said, it isn't convertible. Those pans down there are reinforcement pans for dual exhaust. I am going to convert this car into a 1968 Shelby KR500 car. I've got a donor car, which is a 1968 Ford Thunderbird, which is out here, and it has a 429 Thunderjet, which is 369 horsepower or 365 horsepower. It's got air conditioning on it, power steering, power disc brakes, and I'm going to try to convert most of this over as I can. It's got a C6 automatic transmission, and it's going to be a shoehorn, but technically it should go in the Mustang. And it's pretty in rough shape. The convertible actually is a air-conditioned car. I had to repair both lower frame rail supports, and had to splice in some of the lower floor pan there. This side has been completed. Still have to put the sealant on it, but and I also put reinforcement shock tower reinforcement plates in it to help reinforce the car better. I've also drilled for the Shelby lowering arms. There's the other passenger side door. All of the hinges, door hinges, have been rebuilt with new pins and sleeves. So pretty much all the rust is out of the car. On the front end, I've got to still strip the firewall, and I'm going to actually paint the underneath the car the Ford red oxide primer as it was from the factory. And then on the back of the car, both rear quarters, the quarters are bad. The inner fender wells are bad. The outer wheelhouses were bad. The inner wheelhouses were bad. Even the mount for the axle, the rear axle bumper stop, was bad. So I took that off, and I'm bidding on some now on eBay. And so I've got a lot of work to do. To frame rail supports are okay in the back. The trunk back support frame is alright. This is what it looks like before I started tearing it apart. And somebody went in here with tar and tarred the entire, all the wheelhouses were tarred. The quarter pounders are all tarred. Everything had tar all over it. It's just ridiculous. Inside there, where you can see where I took the floors out, they actually had put steel pans in, and they tarred the entire inner rocker support, trying to make it so it wouldn't leak. But the rockers were so bad, I don't even know why they even tried. So anyhow, the interior was actually originally was a parchment tan color. The dash pad there is basically new, and the A-pillars are not bad shape. The outer rocker panels needed a little work. The passenger side front rocker panel, this panel on the other side, that was rusted out, so I put in a new one. Got the torque box gussets. I don't think the car originally had those, but that was something that I got for it. As you can see, I lowered for the A-arm support. That's been lowered on this side. The shock tower upper plates that were extended because they were all rusted out, and they've all been reinstalled, clean metal, all spot welded like the factory would do it. And so that's pretty much where I am right now with the car. The wiring harness is okay. It came with two front fenders, the passenger side fender there, which is an aftermarket. The driver's side fender was actually a really good fender. Was a Ford factory replacement fender, and only had one little dent in it, but I sold it for $400 because I can basically buy one for $200, and since I'm doing a retro mod type thing, having the original Ford part was more important to go to a car that was really needing a Ford part versus my car, which I don't really need the Ford part. So anyway.